Americans love their cars. But one thing Americans don't seem to be crazy about is the process of acquiring them. The American car dealership experience is one many seem to regard as a necessary evil.
What's good, gang? It's your boy Young Roman. I'm back with another video. Let's talk about something that nobody really explains.
With a brand new face and a brand new waist and a brand new coupe on a brand new day with some brand new racks and
You ever realize how hard buying a car is? But getting scammed by a car dealership is actually easy. And the crazy part is the scam doesn't start until you think you won. When you're signing that car, signing that contract for the car. You're shaking hands, you're like, let's go, I finally got my car. Everybody's smiling, vibes are good, life is good. And then they say, all right, just head over to finance. And that's not finance, that's the final boss's room. But that's the trap right there, that's where they get you. You walk in, you think the salesman was cool, like the vibe is good. The finance dude, he's calm, quiet, smiling a little bit too much though. See, the thing about buying a car is they talk really good game. And he's like, yeah, let's just run some numbers, let's sign some paperwork. And that's how every scam begins.
There are parts of America you can only scout if you come in here. Your International Harvester Dealer showroom. The Rugged Scout 2 for $76 has great off-road handling and stows a lot of gear. You can choose a 4-cylinder engine and selective 4-wheel drive. Come in for a test drive.
Scout the America, others pass by.
And you know they already got you happy with that $230 payment. So now, then 10 minutes later when they start bringing up $467, then it's going up to $512. Now we're at $589. And then you start thinking, dang, what is really going on here? They hit you with like, oh, we added some protection. Protection from what? I just bought the car, not a battlefield. Now let's talk about these warranties, because these warranties actually be crazy. Because this is where they start really cooking. They say things like, covers everything, covers peace of mind. You'll never pay out of pocket. So actually, let me translate that for you, because they say it covers some things. It actually covers some things when they feel like it, because they won't fix a lot of things that are messed up with your vehicle. Not gonna lie to you. If your problem matches exactly what they say, then they might fix it. Because as soon as you call them and say, yeah, something is messed up on my car, can y'all fix it? They instantly hit you with, yeah, that's not covered. So you ask them, what's covered then? Like, you start getting frustrated, right? The only thing that's covered is major failures. Like, bro, my car's not even starting. They hit you with a, yeah, you need a mechanic, that's probably electrical. So what those warranties usually cover are the transmission, the engine maybe. Your problem? Yeah, never. It's never gonna cover that. So sorry to tell you.
AutoNation and Lithia Motors, which have steadily bought up many of the once independently owned dealerships that dotted the country. The way Americans buy cars is also often quite different from the way they are bought in other countries. In Japan, for example, cars are typically custom ordered at a showroom and then delivered to the buyer later. While Americans can special order vehicles at dealerships, most car shoppers in the US choose their cars from whatever is already available on the lot.
Then they hit you with gap insurance, like you actually need it. I know there's some people that actually use gap insurance, but when I was buying my car, they tried to add gap insurance on there, and my payment went up from like, it was like 300 to like 440. Yeah, I don't need gap insurance. You're already making me get full coverage before I leave this lot. So if you're getting your first car, I want you to know that buying a car is actually very expensive. Because you think, oh, I have the down payment. But then they hit you with that, oh, you ain't leaving until you have full coverage on your car. Yo, I spent so much money trying to get my car, but I loved it. Gets me to point A to point B. And now if my transmission went bad now, my warranty's no longer covered. That's the thing, they get you like that. So they're gonna give you a warranty. You'll pay for the warranty. You'll never use the warranty, and by the time you need it, it's no longer covered. So like I was saying, gap insurance is actually useful, but they tax you like crazy. They basically explain it like, oh, if your car gets totaled, then you don't owe us money. Then you start thinking, dang, actually that makes sense. Maybe I should get the gap insurance. But then they hit you with the $1,200, then the 1,500, and you're like, what? Whole time you could have gotten it cheaper somewhere else, but you already invested your time. And that's where they get you too, because you sat there filling out all these papers, looking at all these cars, you're exhausted. They keep you in there for so long. Even when you get approved for the car, you're still gonna be there like 2-3 more hours. So even if you wanted to walk away, would you? Because then you have to restart the whole process again. And what if you don't find the car you like? So now you stay. That's where they get you. But the whole time you could have got it cheaper somewhere else. But they don't want you to know that, and they're not gonna tell you that. Because they're not selling car insurance, they're selling fear. And you don't want to be stuck paying a car you don't have anymore. So now you start thinking, dang, okay, add it, just in case. Boom, payment just went up again. Now this is the real scam right here, and this is the real reason I'm making this video. The interest rate scam. So you think you're paying your car payment and you're paying it off, right? You think, dang, I only got a little bit more months left. I've been paying my car for a minute. But if you never looked at the interest that they're taxing you, then you'll never realize, oh, you were paying more interest than even paying your car off if you were just paying the minimum sum. You walk in thinking, I got good credit. But then they come back and say, the best we can do is like a 9.8, 9.7. Like, what does that even mean? But that's what they're not going to tell you. So the bank approved you for more, or approved you for less interest, but they added some extra on top just to keep the difference. They're literally taxing your credit. That's like tipping somebody without knowing. You're over here thinking, yes, I got approved. Little did you know, they just ran your credit through like 18 banks. You got approved for a scam package. Then they start adding add-ons like a DLC package from Modern Warfare. So this is where it gets disrespectful. They start adding stuff like it's a combo meal. Tire protection, paint protection, key replacement, interior protection. Like, bruh, I just bought a car, now I got a DLC pack that came with it. And it's not like they're just giving it to me. I gotta pay for it too. Then they start selling you things like scratch protection, rain protection, what if something happens protection. Like, bro, life happens. They ask you, what if you lose your key? I lose my mind daily trying to give me anxiety at the car dealership. So this is where the mind game comes in, because you're tired, you've been there for hours, you don't want to end up on the side of the road with your old junk car that you probably brought. So you've been there 3-4 hours, like it's a whole Netflix series. At this point, you just want to leave and go home. You don't even want to drive the car. So when they say, sign right here, you don't even read it. You're just like, yeah, whatever, bro. I want to go home. And boom, you're stuck. You didn't even read what they just gave you. What you just did was sign an extra $8,000 or even $10,000 or your whole future. Listen, the moral of the story is the dealership isn't bad. Well, not all of them at least, because a lot of these dealerships are scammers. But if you don't understand this stuff, you will get finessed, definitely. So next time, bring your own financing, say no to the extras, take your time, and read everything. If they rush you, then definitely leave. Because there's definitely another dealership waiting to scam you better. It's your boy, If this video helped you or you liked it, like the video. If you ever got finessed, please comment your story. And if you're about to buy your first car or your next car, you might need to watch this again. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's your boy, Young Bone. This was the first video of the day. Doing my best to make quality over quantity. And I hope you have a beautiful, blessed day. Hope I'm going to see you in the next one. Peace.
I feel right, but I'm doing it wrong. I would rather stay up, put my pain right in